Good morning, counselors. Kick off your Crocs and sit back. It's time for the Camp America Rest Hour.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Episode 3.
Wow, episode 3, that's
God,
crazy.
time flies when you're making a podcast.
Is that your catchphrase now?
Yeah, trademark that, copyright, whatever it is you do, yeah.
Brilliant.
Patented it or something, I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
No, me
we
neither.
should know, we work in marketing.
Well, that's mine, so no one else can say it. Well, I suppose time flies when you're having fun and recording
Making
podcasts. Yeah, welcome back, episode 3.
Yeah.
What have we spoken about so far in our podcast, Zoe?
On our other podcast, so the first one we spoke about my first time at summer camp.
Yeah.
The second one we spoke about. Why are you laughing?
It just made me laugh.
It's so funny.
I don't know what it was.
That's so funny.
It just made me chuckle.
Are we just gonna laugh all the way through this one?
Yeah, I think I've really got giggles today, so I apologise.
No,
in
I've got the
advance.
giggles as well. So
But that's fine.
So that was the first one, which was apparently hilarious. So you can check that one out.
Yeah, life on
And
summer
then
camp.
the second one, we were talking about. What did we talk about on the second one? I can't remember.
Just like life on camp.
Life on camp. Yeah. Oh,
Is
well,
that
that
what
would make sense because it's summer
It
camp.
was summer camp. First episode was about days off. No, what? This one's about days off.
First episode was about getting to camp.
That's
and the
it. No, the
second
first episode was about first time at camp.
Yeah, and the second
episode was about
life on camp. But maybe you guys could listen to those and just check for us because we're not really sure what we
Yeah,
say.
go and listen to those ones first, and then come listen. You can listen to them in any order. There is no order. It's not chronological.
No,
you can
that's
listen
a good
to them in
word.
it. That's a good word, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just whichever one you fancy listening to.
Yeah.
So I've already spoiled it a little bit, but what are we going to be talking about today, Zoe?
So today we're going to be talking about days off.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. So at camp, you do actually have days off, don't you?
Yeah, we don't lock you in, you're not trapped
yeah.
at camp.
Yeah, you get a chance to go out, explore the local area, kind of chill with your friends, have a good time.
Yeah, it's to be honest, it's one of the best things about camp days
Yeah,
off. Are really
100%.
fun.
Yeah, days off are brilliant.
Yeah, because you get to explore the local area to camp is so random.
It's so weird.
It's like the weirdest
So
little
weird.
town you'll ever go
Yeah,
to.
it is weird, isn't it?
What's your town called?
Honesdale.
Mine's called Hayward.
Oh, it's similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, at Honesdale, it's quite there's a lot of camps around that area. I don't think I've ever seen another camp counsellor in Honesdale. I've seen them in Walmart.
Oh, see, I've seen the other camps. I've seen the boys' camps.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, that's where the drama. Because I go to an all-girls camp.
Yeah.
And sometimes we see the boys' camp in the town.
What camp do you go to again, Zoe?
I go to Birch Trail.
Where
It's
is that?
In Wisconsin.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, nice.
Where do you go?
I go to Trails End
Where's that?
in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Honesdale.
Near Honesdale, yeah. Which also is not far from Scranton. So if you've
What's
ever
Scranton?
seen The Office US, that's where it's set.
Oh, that's a good fact.
Maybe one of the most boring places on earth. It really is
Wow.
not great, but
But good days off.
yeah, well, my days off are good, yeah. But
Yeah.
I've been to Scranton once.
Oh.
I literally drove through it and it was fine.
Yeah.
But it's meant to be really boring. So if you're near Pennsylvania, if you're near Scranton, go, just say you've been, but it's not that exciting. So we're going to start off as per usual with a couple of
With some
stories. You've got one.
So we got you
We're going
guys
to do it a bit
to...
differently actually this time because I've got my own personal story, which I was going to type it up and email it to
And pretend it
ourselves and
wasn't
someone
from
else.
you.
And I thought, might as well just tell the truth and have a laugh about it. But we'll do that one afterwards. We'll do your one that you've got written down
Yeah, I've got a really
first.
good one actually. And to be honest, it does kind of I read this and was like, this is something I could do from my camp. Not that I would, because it's quite a crazy story when I say it, but
Is it based nearby?
it's
yours
based
then?
near, yeah. So this person went to camp in Minnesota, which is like,
Where's that?
so Minnesota is like
Minneapolis?
near my camp, yeah.
Where, but you're in... Oh, are they next to each
So
other?
Minnesota goes like around Wisconsin. So like
What?
when I drive an hour up from my camp, I'm in Minnesota. It's really weird because it like
That is weird.
it's like on the border of Minnesota.
Oh, how
So one of
interesting.
my days off are in Minnesota.
See, right, sidetracking, as we always
We
do.
always
But
sidetrack.
that is the beauty of America.
Well, that everything's
the US.
like all the different
It's
states.
so weird. Like
It's the weirdest
this-
place.
you're driving and you're in another state, but you're like,
But we're saying that as if it's like close. It's not
It's
that
not close,
close. Like
no.
the states are huge.
California, big up California. I mean, West Coast, best coast, baby. But California,
Baby.
I hated that. I'm really sorry.
He's got his hat on backwards.
I've got my hat on backwards.
He's sat there chilling like West Coast baby. Where did that come from? You never said that in your
I meant to be
life.
like, not like I was meant to be like, West Coast, baby, but I didn't say it like
I
that.
hated that.
Yeah, I think it's because I got my hat on backwards.
I think it is because you got your hat back.
Yeah, you go from the bottom of California, which is like beaches and stuff, and you go to the top, and it's like
completely different.
it's like forests.
I've drove the whole of Wisconsin in
Have
the
you?
car. Yeah, it was 6 hours.
Is there anything to see? No offense, Wisconsinians or whatever you call them.
We did stop
What do
off
you
at
call
every
the
service
people
station on the way.
from
What,
Wisconsin?
Wisconsin? I don't know. I didn't know there
Oh.
was a word for it.
I'm gonna Wisconsinians.
The people of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But yeah, it took us 6 hours and we drove all the way down. And then we were literally in the car, right? And I put the sat nav on and it was so crazy, right? You know, if you're driving in England, there's turns off the road, there's a roundabout. In
Jinx.
the sat nav, the sat nav was literally like drives in a straight line for 100 and like it wasn't
So
even that doesn't even
boring.
sound like a lot of miles. It was
No.
way more than that. It was probably like closer to I don't know miles, but it was like the biggest number ever. It was just like driving a straight line for this many miles and I was like, oh my god, it's
How
6 hours in
boring.
a straight line.
That's
was
the other thing with
crazy.
the US. It's just straight lines.
It's just straight lines.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've really
Yeah, sorry.
sidetracked.
Go
But
back to
that
that
does
story.
link to this story actually because
Oh,
this story is about
clever.
driving round.
Driving round. Well, not round, because
Just drove.
driving straight. Oh,
So
funny.
this person said, sorry, I knocked my microphone. Sorry, Sam. During my summer as a camp counselor, I was based up in Minnesota. As a camp, we used to get a full 24 hours off once a week,
Nice.
normally on a Saturday.
Oh,
That's
nice.
really nice.
That is nice.
Yeah, every camp has different time
Yeah.
off. So
Yeah.
one week we decided we wanted to do something big and go visit one of the USA's most iconic landmarks, Mount Rushmore.
Oh,
Have you ever been there?
no, but is that
No,
the
I've
four
never
faces
been
of the
there.
presidents?
Yeah, it is. I think I've seen it on The
Do you know what
Simpsons.
yeah, that's exactly what I've
Yeah.
seen on. What are the presidents?
Oh no, I
Sam,
don't know.
do you know? Reagan? No, never mind. He's a president.
It's Reagan doesn't sound like a
Oh,
president
Ronald
name.
Reagan.
Ronald maybe, not Reagan.
His name
Ronald
is
McDonald.
It's the founding fathers. Washington.
Oh, Washington. That's a place.
Oh.
Someone else.
Alabama.
We don't know. I think we should just stop guessing.
Yeah,
We don't
okay.
know.
So you went to see the four presidents.
So they went to Mount
Abraham
Rushmore.
Lincoln. That's one of them, I think.
Wow.
So, I'm going to Google it.
Okay,
I'm listening, but I'm
going to
Googling
read
it.
the story. Mount Rushmore was 567 miles from our camp and a 9-hour drive. Wow. So 14,
9 hours?
yeah, 9 hours.
That's a long way.
So 14 of us rented a car and a large van and planned our mega road trip. We collected our cars the night before, fixed the flat tire on the rental van, and put our campers to bed for the evening. At 3 a.m. that morning, we all piled out of the dorms and into the van and cars, ready to set off on
3
our
a.m.
adventure.
That is so early.
Wow.
But, I've just found out. as
Okay,
if I haven't
pause on the
just Googled.
story.
The four sculpture heads.
Sculptures.
It said the sculpture features. The sculpture features the 60-foot tall heads of 4 U.S. presidents: George Washington, Sam was right. Thomas Jefferson, never heard of
Oh,
him.
I've heard of him.
Theodore Roosevelt and Abraham Lincoln.
Theodore Roosevelt was in Night at the Museum.
Yes, he was. Played by,
Oh,
can't remember, the guy with glasses.
Yeah, we're not very good at facts.
What's his name? Stanley Tucci. Is that him? No, made it up. Never mind. Carry on. Really sidetracked here,
Okay, so
sorry.
it's 3 a.m. and they're all in the car, backtracking. Let me just find where I was. Here we are. Both cars were able to communicate using walkie-talkies that we had swiped from the camp. With 6 drivers, the long drive was split up with a few planned stops along the way.
That's all right.
Yeah.
See,
The first
sorry,
one
I
is
know
fun.
I'm going back to myself again.
Sorry, what's...
I was the only one that could drive when I did that California road trip.
Yeah, I drove to
So I
Chicago
drove
with me.
California and back.
Wow.
Not on my own. There was other people there, but I was the only one that drove. And last time I drove, that was in 2022. Last time I drove before that was 2019.
Do you know what? I do find it a lot easier to drive in
We
America.
did have a crash, but that's another day.
That's another story.
I'll hold
Maybe
that
you can
thought.
tell that one after. Can you write in an email and send
Yeah,
it
I'll
to
email it.
us?
It's a podcast at Camp America.
So they're in the car, they're driving along, and they're firstly their first stop was to a McDonald's on the border where Minnesota meets South Dakota for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Our second stop was in the Badlands National Park, a completely unplanned stop, but so worth it for all us Brits as we'd never seen a landscape quite like
Yeah,
it.
fun.
I've never been there either.
Neither have I. Sounds cool though.
It sounds beautiful.
Badlands.
The Badlands.
Silly name though.
We finally reached Mount Rushmore at around 3 p.m.
God, so
that
that's
afternoon.
12 hours.
Wow, and spent about an hour
Jeez.
admiring the landmark. It was amazing, and for most of us was a huge bucket list item ticked off.
Hopefully they knew
Wow.
the people that were on it, unlike us.
Yeah, we just stand over like
So
those hens.
bad.
Do you know where I think I know it from? This is going to sound crazy, but I think they have it at Legoland.
Oh,
I think I've
okay.
seen it made out of Lego.
I think it's in
And it's in The Simpsons.
it's in Simpsons. It's also in
It's pretty famous.
Richie
I don't know
Rich,
why
I
we're
think.
Yeah. I don't know why we're acting like it's in things because it's
literally
really
the most
famous.
thing. Oh god, carry on.
Okay. After spending an hour out of the car, we became ambitious and decided that after we had come this far, we might as well drive one more hour to a nearby town, Deadwood, and stop for some dinner. We
Fairs.
drove through the Black Hills of South Dakota until we reached the small but quaint town of Deadwood City, home of Calamity Jane and Wild Bill Hickok.
Don't know who that is, but
Neither
I
do
know
I.
Calamity Jane.
Deadwood was amazing, and we had some great food in a nearby diner before starting our journey back. It was now around 9 p.m. and we had at least a 10-hour drive back to camp to be ready to wake our campers up the next morning.
What time do they get up? Does it say?
What time did the campers get up?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be in the rest of the story.
Oh, okay.
We sped through the night, driving over 600 miles across South Dakota to get back to camp.
Wow.
Wow. That's what I was saying
Is that
earlier.
not like
It's
the
literally like
UK?
hundreds of miles.
Is that not the UK? Like 600 miles.
And
is like
that's
the
just
UK?
going across one state.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah, because in 10 hours you could drive from London to Scotland.
Dunno.
I'm pretty sure you can. Because it's 4 hours to Yorkshire.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose
That's
you
because
could.
I'm from there. That's the only reason I know.
Yeah.
I don't have a weird obsession with road trips to Yorkshire. This is how
I
I
do.
know.
I love Yorkshire.
Anyway, we're really going off
Yeah,
track.
sorry, let's focus.
So they're driving back. We wa-
600 miles I've got,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
We watched the sunrise as we entered back into Minnesota and sped along the highway to make it back for wake up call, perhaps a little too speedy. As we headed back into town, only 2 miles away from camp, we encountered a cop car who pulled one of the cars over for
Oh,
speeding.
God.
Oh, I've been pulled over in America for
Have
speeding
you?
as well. Yeah, it was fine because I told all the Americans not to speak. And then I just spoke and it was fine. That day we had driven over 1,000 miles and managed to get pulled over 2 miles away from where we originally set off.
that is typical,
That is
isn't
so
it?
unlucky.
So typical.
We got back to camp at 7 a.m., ready to wake up our campers and start our day of teaching. One problem, we had been awake for over 24 hours and had a whole work day ahead of us. Safe to say we all slept well that following night. It was an amazing experience, but one we swore we'd never do again as we had never felt tiredness like it.
Yeah, not surprised.
Wow.
Blimey. So they drove over
That's
1,000 miles
The craziest day off I've ever
in
had.
a day off.
Yeah.
Fair play to them.
Yeah.
And they got back in time to
wow.
wake the kids up as well. I could never have done that in a million years.
That's
That is-
incredible.
so they left at 3 a.m.
They left at 3 a.m. and they got back
Okay,
at
they got back
7
at
a.m.
7 a.m.
the next day.
So that was surely must have been the Sunday.
But you know what? That's really
Wow.
making the most of your day off, really, isn't it?
100%, yeah.
Like going that far.
Yeah.
I drive 2 hours and I'm like, that's too far for a day off.
Yeah, me too. I'm like in the bus for like an hour. I'm like, oh, get me. I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
let's stop here.
That is kind of fun. Like they had the walkie-talkies and they were in
Yeah,
the car.
that was a good story. But they had some good tunes as well. Going
Oh, imagine the playlist. You have to have a really long Spotify
Yeah, I was gonna say,
playlist.
like,
What
24
song would you
hour long.
have? What's your road trip song?
Well, it's classic.
What?
Life is a
Highway cars.
Yeah.
And go ride it.
Oh, night
Night
long.
long.
Yeah, that's a good one to drive to.
I
What
like
about
a bit
you?
of country. I like a bit of like wagon wheel or like
yeah, okay,
something
good
a
one
bit.
there.
Or if I'm going for the feels, I'll have like a bit of Lumineers or something. Like
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
okay,
like a
that's-
bit in
yeah,
the
yeah.
feels, like
Yeah, a bit
yeah.
like looking out the window. Like
Yeah.
I am a music video right
like
now.
you feel like you're in like an American
Yeah.
music video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did the old dolphin hand out the window from Rebecca Black Friday. You know that?
Oh,
That was a good one.
I do know
Yeah,
what you mean.
we used to do that quite a lot. Actually, it's kind of fun.
Rebecca Black.
Quite a lot. I've done loads of road trips. Yeah, that is a brilliant story,
road
though,
trip
isn't
story.
it?
Yeah.
Mine's not as exciting as that. Mine's
No, I'm excited to hear your story.
okay. I'll tell mine, shall I?
Okay, yeah, please
Okay,
do. That's
this
what
isn't.
the podcast is
It's not going to be
for.
as scripted. This is going to be a lot more like freehand, I suppose, as the other ones. But so basically, right at camp,
Basically, right?
basically, right.
I'm sorry, but you're talking so funny today. I think
I
it's
don't know
the
what's
hat.
going on. I think it's because I've been at home. I
I
went
don't
back
know
home
what
for
it
the week
is.
for Easter.
Yeah, I know.
So I think it must be that.
We're just saying really funny things. West Coast, baby.
That was
Is
maybe-
this what your
that is the
story's
worst thing
about?
I've ever said. No, it's about Dorney
sorry, I am
Park.
listening,
Dorney
I'm
Park
listening.
theme park. Have you ever been? Anyone ever been?
No idea. Is it like Alton Towers?
It's kind of similar. Like it's got some really good roller coasters actually, like some really good rides. But it's also got a water park
Oh, that's fun.
connected to it.
That's
So you
cool.
pay entry for one, and you get both.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, so basically at camp they organise days off and stuff, right? For like my specific camp, and the first day off is always, well, not always. I've been twice, but both times it's been to Dorney Park, which is a theme park, and it's about maybe 2 hours away from camp. I don't even know. I can't remember. Do you know what I mean? But like it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from camp.
Yeah.
And we paid $20, and that's all we have to pay, and we get like a ticket and like the bus there and back and stuff like that, which is really great actually, because normally the theme park tickets are well expensive.
So they organise your days off.
Yeah, they organise days off, but we'll talk about that a bit later. Like this is my.
Sorry, I keep interrupting
This
your
is
story.
my story, Zoe.
Okay, I'm listening.
So yeah, so we get on the bus. So they've got 2 buses full of counsellors. So there's probably about 80 of us, right? And so I'm on one bus. The other bus is full as well. And we go. We didn't spend like a lot of time at the theme park, right? We got there about 11 or 12, I think, and we spent the day there. I love roller coasters, but I hate getting wet on roller coasters. So I kind of like avoided the water rides.
So you're boring.
Yeah. And so I didn't like, I went in the water park, but I just couldn't really be bothered to get wet. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I went on like a slide and that was it. And then anyway, so it was like, obviously because you're not going to stay together, you kind of like split up and stuff,
Yeah.
don't you? And some people don't like roller coasters. Some people prefer water parks, whatever. So I can't remember who I was with, a couple of people. And we did all like the roller coasters and stuff. And then we knew that we'd seen a couple of people know, oh, we're going over to the water park. Do you want to come? And we're like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. So we went over to the water park, sorted ourselves out, went on this one slide. And basically we had to be back at the bus by, I think it was 4:00. So we didn't have a long time there, but it's only small. It was really quiet. So anyway, so we met up with like a load of people, went on this one slide, came back out, dried off as much as I could, and then was like, all right, let's go back to the bus. It's 5 to 4, so 3:55. So we like a couple of minutes to walk to the bus. We got there, got on the bus, whatever. My bus filled up really quickly, and the other bus, they were waiting for a couple of people, like obviously people dilly-dally and stuff like that. Then we got the all good, and we started driving back, and then we were about 45 minutes into the drive back to camp, and one of the girls at the front of the bus gets a phone call, but it's from one of the support staff.
Yeah.
So they came along on the day off as well, and they'd left them at the theme park.
Left who?
Like I think it was about 10 or 15 support staff.
Like the kitchen staff?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And they'd left them at the theme park. So the buses like have walkie-talkies, the same as the other story actually.
Yeah.
And they're like walkie-talking each other. So we pull up in this gas station, right? And
Gas station.
gas station. Pull up in the petrol station, whatever, and there's like 2 buses, just like yellow school buses. So it's pretty
Oh, I love a
pretty
yellow
fun.
school bus.
And so we're kind of like, what do we do? Like we've got to get these staff. Like we can't just leave them there. It was like 2 hours away from
You
camp.
left like half your staff. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
we left like 15 of them. I think it was about 10 or 15. So my bus was completely full, and the other bus had a little bit more space.
Yeah, because
So
they had
because they
space
had
because
15
you'd left.
people, yeah.
Did they not do a head count? Did
Well,
you not?
I don't think we did. I
They
don't
were
know
just
why
like,
didn't.
we had a full bus on the way here, but we don't need one on the way back.
They just like, oh, it looks full. Like, let's just carry on going. I don't know.
You're supposed to be camp counselors,
No,
people in charge of children.
Can I just say,
and you left.
before we carry on,
Yeah.
I was on the full bus. Thank you very much.
You did your head count.
We were full. There was no space for anyone
That's
to
so
sit.
ridiculous. I
Like-
can't believe you did that.
Oh, it was so funny. So anyway, we're at this gas station, right? And then, so the other bus was like, well, I'm going to have to go and pick them up.
Yeah, obviously.
So we all got off the bus on my bus, and we just kind of sat on the grass, like in between the, like there was a highway or whatever we were on, and we had like, there was a Dunkin' Donuts. We went and got
Yeah.
a coffee shop. Got a coffee shop.
coffee shop.
Got a coffee shop. So I got coffee, and like, we all just kind of sat and chilled and whatnot. And then, so about an hour and a half later, this bus comes back. All the counsellors who were on that bus had to stay on the bus and go back.
No,
so
so
they didn't
we
even
did
get
the whole
off.
journey.
So they went back and then came all the way back. And then they picked up the rest of the staff.
Yeah.
But we jumped on the bus, on our bus, and went back to camp.
That's so funny.
and then,
I can't believe that.
It was so funny. Like, it didn't like affect the day or anything. 'cause,
No.
like, but it was just so, it's such a
Left
funny
half
thing.
the
Like,
staff.
I don't know why we didn't.
What would you have
whoever
done
was-
is like you got back to camp and you just didn't have half the staff. Did
Gone
no
and
one
pick them up.
call? Did anyone like?
No, they did call.
Oh yeah, they
them.
called
Yeah.
when they'd already been left.
Yeah, they called one. It was so funny. But just imagine them all like just kind of like stood there like,
Like no
where's
bus.
the bus?
in
Like,
the
that was
car
always
park
like my
space.
number one fear. Not fear,
Being
but like
left.
I hate being left. Like, and that is just like, imagine being left at Dorney Park theme park. It's the weirdest place I've ever been in my life. Brilliant
That's
though.
so
They've got
ridiculous.
some banging roller coasters.
It
There's
really,
one,
I've literally never heard of
and
it.
it goes out and it spins upside down straight away.
That's fun.
Brilliant. Yeah, it's really good. I'll show you.
Where
later.
is that? Is that in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really know. I've never like, I've just got on a bus, gone and got off there.
I'm trying to think where Pennsylvania. Oh, I
It's
know
near
where
New York.
Pennsylvania is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
loads of summer camps are.
Yeah, like I think I mentioned Dorney Park to someone, and they were like, "Oh, I know that one."
Yeah.
And
I've
Sam
never
knows
been.
Camel Beach, which we've also been to.
I've
But
never
that wasn't
been
on a
there.
day off. That was on a trip at camp.
Camel Beach. What's that?
Got the worst sunburn of my life at Camel Beach.
Oh,
It's a water
no.
park.
It's a big
Oh.
water park attached to like a hotel resort.
That's so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, but when I went on that, sorry, tangenting again. But I quite like it.
Tangenting.
Going on tangent.
I like that.
Yeah,
Trademark that.
trademark. There's a word. Trademark. No, when we went in 2019, so like the youngest kids went there and the older kids went to Dorney Park.
Yeah.
And they split the kids up into like groups of like confident riders and not confident riders, like water park
That's so
sliders.
sad.
I didn't know what to like say, but
the
yeah,
kids that sit in the pool and the kids who go on the rides.
yeah. And I got put with the
essentially.
kids who didn't want to go on them,
Yeah.
even though I did want to go on them. So we went on one, and one of the kids was really upset on it, and I felt really bad. So we just spent the rest of the day in like the kids section where they like have like big buckets and stuff that
Yeah.
pour.
Oh my gosh, I love those. And
Yeah,
they pour on you.
I love them.
Yeah.
And that was the best thing I've ever done in my life. So I was like, well, they're not going to go anywhere. So we sat, me and my friend, sat on like
in
he
the
was-
kiddie pool. That
No.
sounds a bit weird.
No, we sat on like the beach bit that was there, and the kids were like running around having a good time in the pool.
In the pool.
And one of them came out and was like, "Oh, can we go yet?" And I was like, "No, we've still got to be here for another few hours." I went, "Why don't you run in and find everyone and tell them all to come out?" And he was like, "Oh, okay." So he ran in. One of them came out and he went, "Oh, so and so's told me to come and like we're going in a minute." And I went, "Yeah, why don't you just go and help him and tell everyone to come out?"
Yeah.
And then the next one would come out and he'd be like, "Oh, I've been told to come out." About right, why don't you go in and tell everyone to come out? So these kids were just like running in
Running in
loops.
circles.
Brilliant. The best idea we've ever had.
That is funny.
And then some woman was sat in front of us and she turns around to me and my mate and goes, "You two are going to be great parents one day."
What, together?
Well, she might have thought that. But yeah, it was really funny. I was like,
is
there's this big
cute.
Irish guy.
That is
I love
cute.
him. Haven't seen him in ages.
No.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah, that was a good
That
day
was a
off
good day off
story.
story. That wasn't a day off. That was the day off story was Dorney Park.
Yeah.
That was a different story.
No,
Got
my
loads of stories.
my days off at camp are nothing like your days
No,
off
they're
at
not,
camp.
are they? We've spoken about it
No,
before.
yeah, we were speaking about it because like your days off seem very organized.
Yeah.
and like I think you're in a place where it sounds crazy, but like a lot of people.
Yeah,
like
we
there's
are.
there's cities, there's cities and
There's
theme
camps as well.
parks
Like,
and
it's, yeah.
yeah. Whereas where I am is like nothing like that. Like we can
No.
there's I don't even know where the nearest theme park would be to my camp. Hours away. I don't even
Yeah.
know. Like
I
it's
don't-
not like that. Like our days off are like so.
Go on, yeah. Explain your
They're,
days off.
yeah, so they're a bit more outdoorsy, I guess, in a way. So we're in the North Woods of Wisconsin, so pretty high up. And there's some like beautiful scenery around there. So like we'll go to like a national park, or we'll like I don't know, we go to like things like that. Like we go Bayfield is so beautiful. It's
What's
near
Bayfield?
Okay, so it's near the Apostle Islands, which is beautiful. Google
Mm-hmm.
it. And we go cliff jumping there, which is
Oh, that's
so
fun.
nice.
Why is
One of my
that such a common
favourite-
thing to do at camp? Like
Cliff jumping.
like jumping off big rocks.
I feel like I
It's-
don't tell my mum I do that at camp.
Well, don't
but
listen. If she's listening, skip this
Yeah.
part. But no, like on some of the days, like days
What,
off,
jumping
like
off rocks?
yeah, you just go and jump off big
I
rocks.
feel like that's just what British people do. They see a big rock and they just want to jump off it.
Yeah.
Do you not think that's such
yeah,
like
it's
a...
so weird. But I was like, yeah, they do that at camp. Like you just have, and like all
It's
the
so
videos
fun.
you see and like days off and stuff. It's like
jumping
jumping
off
off big rocks. And it's like they will
It's
film it
quite
in slow
scary,
motion on
though.
their GoPros and then like
Yeah,
reverse it. and,
I've
like,
definitely done that.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I don't
No,
know.
it's fun.
Sorry, carry on.
No,
Just thought I'd interrupt about the big
no,
rock
I love
jumping.
jumping off the rocks, but it is scary.
How
the
big are
one
the rocks?
where we go, like you have to be safe about it and stuff. Like we go, we scout
Obviously.
it out, and then we have to climb back up.
Yeah.
But it's like it's not that high.
Didn't you nearly drown? It's not funny.
Oh no, I did nearly
It's not
drown.
funny. It's funny in
oh
hindsight.
no, it's funny now. We can laugh about it now. Okay, so I've been to camp a few years, and my
Yeah, we know.
oh stop! I'm really not old. And my first year at camp, we went to this like it was called like Amnicon State Park. It's like waterfalls, and we were swimming in the waterfall, getting all our Snapchats, and for some reason I fell over and I
How can you
slipped.
fall over when you're swimming?
It wasn't that deep.
Oh, were you not in? Oh, you're okay.
And
right,
also,
then.
like, it's me. I can
Yeah, you
I
can
can
fall over
drown in
anything.
like an inch of water. And to be
Yeah.
honest, it wasn't far off that. It was really shallow. And I slipped and I went under the water and the current pulled me under. And I was basically at one waterfall and I went underwater all the way to the next waterfall and like
Did
almost
you go
fell
over the
off the
waterfall?
water. No, I almost did.
God. I mean, I'm
But
glad
then I
you did tell the
didn't.
story.
I didn't, and I just stood up and carried on my day, and all my back was scratched, and everyone was in shock. Like there was literally lifeguards there. No one tried to save me. I don't know why to this day.
I think that says a lot about you.
I think we're like, oh, we don't need her.
Yeah, she's only rock climbing. She'll be
she's,
fine.
yeah, she's in the rock climbing instructor. She'll climb back up. But yeah, it was fine, and I just stood up and carried on my day. And you know, one of those things where you're like a bit embarrassed, so you just have to
So
pretend it
embarrassed.
didn't happen.
You had like a scratch back,
Like
like
I
walking
was
around.
fully like drowned, probably like spitting up all this water, but I just had to
Mm.
carry on as if nothing happened because it was my first year as well. So it was like my first day off with these people. I was with like people from leadership team as well, and I drowned, and then I really just had to stand up.
Yeah, it's
It
quite
was
embarrassing.
so ridiculous, but
That's
it was
funny,
really
though.
fun. No,
That is funny.
it was fun.
Your days off are so different to mine. Like you don't have to go on the organised days off, but the way they organise them is just like really, really good. Like
Yeah.
they're really good days off. So I've been to camp twice, and then my first summer we went to so we did Dorney Park.
You love Dorney Park.
blooming
You
love
get
Dorney
paid
Park.
by them or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, they're actually sponsoring me. This podcast is sponsored by Dorney
Dorney
Park.
Park. Do-do-do-do-do.
Doo-doo-doo, Dorney Park. No, they've probably got a theme tune somewhere. But
Well, we made
I
it if
just
they
love
don't.
Dorney Park. Like, it's brilliant. What a name
Yeah.
as well.
Carry on, sorry.
Yeah, so we did Dorney Park, a place called the Promised Land. The Promised
What?
Land. It's like a beach national park thing. I don't know. That was a good
Yeah.
one. But we got there and it was really rainy and everyone was a bit miserable and like, oh, God, like we've got to stay on this miserable beach in the rain. And then the sun came out.
Oh.
And every single
Well,
person
it's
got
the Promised
sunburned.
Land.
It's the Promised Land. No, and there was a guy, I remember it so well, who's like red raw, like that red.
Really,
there,
no one
yeah.
can see that red. It's like
No.
bright red.
Bright red. He was so red. It was hilarious. But we were kind of also not very sensible, but very funny.
That is funny.
What else do we do? Yes, we have you only have to pay for some of them. You don't have to pay for all of them. So like the Promised Land was free. We got a bus into Philadelphia that was like $10-15. But like a coach, not like a random bus. It was like
Yeah.
an actual like scheduled and stuff. Again, rained there all day.
There's a lot of rain.
Yeah, Philadelphia was nice though. And then that
Oh, I like Philadelphia.
but I had to there was like a minibus and a coach, and I was on the coach. And on the way back, it was like 4 hours late because there was a thunderstorm. Insane.
Oh.
But it was fun. Then what else did we do that year? I can't remember. We did loads of stuff. Like
What's your favourite day off?
my favourite day off. Whoa, that's a good one.
Yeah.
They're also probably Dorney Park.
Oh God. I'm gonna
Okay,
have to go.
no, not Dorney Park.
I need to go.
My favourite day off was definitely not Dorney Park.
No, it definitely,
It definitely
was.
was.
He's smiling. His smile is so big right now.
just
You're
really
like
liked it.
fangirling. You've got
Yeah.
the merch. Rip open the
No, my co bought a hat from Dorney Park. See, I'll find it.
I need
find
to
it later.
go.
Brilliant.
If anyone goes this summer, can you tag us? Because I need to see
Yeah,
what it looks
Dorney Park
like.
is good. No, I think the best day off they've organised for us this year was really good as well. This year was a lot more local because obviously they just didn't want us
Going
going
too
into big
far.
cities and stuff like that. But like in 2019, we went to Manhattan, like New York for a day.
Oh, New
That was
York for the
pretty
day.
good. Yeah, that was
That
pretty
is
good.
cool.
And they just kind of dropped us off and meet us here at this time. And yeah, that was really good actually.
God,
We just
my
kind of did
favourite day
New
off
York.
sounds
Yeah, what was
really
yours?
rubbish compared to yours.
No, so that's I forgot. So they organise them, but you don't have to go on them.
yeah,
Like they recommend it because it's like something to do.
it's
do you know what I mean?
easy though, and you're with
And it's like if
everybody
you don't have a
else.
car, you're in the middle of nowhere. You kind of you could be stuck on camp, and like you don't really want to be on camp.
Yeah,
when you
no,
got a day
don't
off,
stay
like-
on camp.
No,
on
I
your
didn't
day
think
off.
so. 100% not.
Yeah,
but like
no.
yeah, there's like stuff to do around the local area, but like Honesdale's fine.
Yeah,
It's really nice actually. It's a really nice mural.
you're like such an advocate for the area. I'm
Yeah.
really all about it.
There's
I'm here for
if
it.
anyone knows Honesdale, there's a big sign saying like "Welcome to Honesdale." It's got a big cow on it
Well,
or something like that. I've got a picture in front of it.
that's nice.
Yeah, we'll put it on Instagram
We'll put it
next
on
week.
Instagram
yeah.
next week.
Joe in Honesdale. Should call it Jonesdale, shouldn't they? Really?
Still.
That's because I'm just such a big advocate for Joni Park and Jonesdale. I really like it. I don't know what's honestly. Sorry,
You're really going off. It's
I don't
becoming
know
the
what's-
Joe podcast.
I don't know what's going on today, but I'm really not. I think I've just had a coffee as well, so I'm
It's
like
so funny.
buzzed off that.
I love it.
Sorry, carry on. What was carrying on? I don't even
Oh,
know what's
my
going
favourite
on.
day
Yeah, your
off from
favourite day
camp.
off. Yeah.
So my favourite day off is we go tubing. Down.
How did you say it like that? Tubing. Tubing.
Stop. So my favourite day is so we go tubing. So there's this river. There's a lot of rivers near me because I'm near the Great Lakes.
Oh,
So
are you?
yeah, I think I've said this before on the podcast.
Um,
like you love Dorney Park, I love the Great Lakes.
Very similar place.
So my camp is near the lakes anyway. So there's this river, the Namakagan River.
What a name?
Yeah, there's Namakaga River, and you get basically what you get is those big inflatable rings. They're like what you sit in.
Yeah.
You
I
had
do
them on
know,
the holidays when you went to like Tenerife when you were little. So it's like
Yeah, I've never been to Tenerife.
Annie
I think
provide.
I have actually. But I can't remember.
So you get the rubber ring.
I have been to Dorney Park though. They've got rubber rings
Stop!
there.
I tried to tell my story.
Sorry,
It's like when you get on the lazy river.
I need a zip for my
So
mouth.
we get basically you blow up. You don't blow them up the way you blow them up. I'm lying. You basically essentially right. You really throw me off.
Sorry,
Tubing. So you get these rubber rings and you tie them all together with literally twine. You tie them all
Okay.
together in like a big circle, and in the middle of it you have one that's like got a closed bottom, and in that one you put all your food and age appropriate beverages. And
Fizzy
then
pop.
fizzy pop, and everyone sits in like the tubes around the snacks, and
That's
you're
good.
like in a big raft, and you just float down the river, and it's
That's nice,
hours.
isn't
It's
it?
like 6 hours you float down the river.
You get sunburnt.
You get the most sunburn you've ever got, because if you think you're
Yeah.
not putting sun cream on, you're on the river.
Well, I mean, you could put sun cream in the food box.
Everyone does, but I think everyone gets really happy and they forget to put their sun
Yeah.
cream on.
Yeah.
But you get a little waterproof speaker, and it's
That
just
is
like
fun, isn't it?
it's
Actually,
the best day off ever, and it's
That
just
is
like
really
such
good
a
fun.
lazy fun day, and
so chill, isn't it?
it's so nice.
See,
and
we actually did something like that this
Yeah.
year. We went rafting down the Delaware River.
Oh yeah, proper
is-
rafting. Like
No, right? No, the river doesn't move.
so
It's just-
you just sat on a boat. Still.
yeah, and like it's an inflatable boat, not inflatable, but like proper one. Like a proper like
A proper boat,
a rafting.
Not a
boat.
dinghy.
It's like a rafting boat.
like white
like,
water rafting
yeah.
without the white water.
Yeah, it's just water rafting, and we do it on a trip with the kids as well. Like that's what I've done. I've done this 3 or 4 times now. 3 times, twice with kids, once with adults, and fellow counselors, friends, yeah. And one with, but that day off was brilliant actually, because we got there, and you just float down the river. Like it's
Yeah.
really nice. Like you have to paddle, and it's really good fun. And then like all the boys like push each other in, the girls like push each other in, like everyone's pushing.
Wow, it sounds crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. But I didn't really want to get my hair wet. Oh, it
Oh
sounds
my
so,
god, you sound like
so
such a
ridiculous.
girl.
It sounds so ridiculous, but like I don't know, I just wasn't really in the mood to get soaking wet.
Yeah.
And the group of boys on the boat came past and like literally dragged me off my boat. I felt like I was being kidnapped. It was horrible.
It's funny though.
Yeah, again, got really sunburnt on that. I think the
Wow.
moral of the story is take sun cream
Take sun
with you.
cream.
Yeah.
Remember to apply it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that days off, like, talk more about your days off are completely different to mine. So, like, do you have like organized stuff to do? Or,
No,
like,
so like ours aren't organized. So what we do is like the Americans have cars and stuff,
Yeah.
and like in America you insure the person.
No, you insure the
car,
vehicle,
not the person.
Yeah.
So as long as you have like a driving license and everything, you can drive their cars.
Yeah.
So,
Also,
like,
but if you're going to do that, check your state.
because
Some
every
of them
state's different.
need
But
an international driving license.
I basically just borrow Americans' cars, and
Mm.
then we'll like organize between ourselves who's gonna go on for the day together. But like nobody's ever left by themselves.
No,
Like
yeah.
camp's very good at being like making sure people are all together. And then we have 1 day off a week
I was
and
gonna
one
say,
night off a week.
Do you get given that? You only get one night.
One
right?
day and one night, which is like pretty standard for like
Yeah.
a sleepaway camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But you get assigned that day off,
so we pick our days off.
so you could do any day of the week.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
We pick our day and night. Saturday night is crazy. Everybody wants Saturday night.
Oh, well, obviously,
it's like
yeah.
because we pick out of a hat like numbers, and if
Ah,
you're number
okay.
1, you pick first. But everybody wants Saturday, and it's really annoying when everybody under 21 picks Saturday night
Yeah.
because it's like the karaoke night.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We have karaoke.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fun. We have a little bar across the river.
That is fun.
Yeah, it's karaoke night.
Yeah. No, we have 2 days off. We have 1 day off a week. but the counters are off either this day or this day,
Yeah.
which is really nice because it's like you get really close with that group of people who are off.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
Wait,
half
so you're
the
always
start
off with the same
Yeah,
people?
the same group of people.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like you'll be off, and we have the same days organised for us,
Yeah.
either on a Monday or a Thursday. I can't remember which days it is. But it's really good because you get like there's like a lot of you doing the day off as opposed to like
A
only
little
like
group.
15, 20. It's like half the staff are off and the other half are
That's
off.
so interesting. Mine's like
Yeah.
would be like 5 people on a day off
Yeah,
together.
that's why like they organise stuff, I think, because they just like, and also like they just get you to go and see stuff that you would never normally see. Like I don't know, like
That is something about
Philadelphia.
Camp, isn't it?
I was
It's
never
like,
going to go to Philadelphia, but
Yeah.
they dropped us there one day and like just had a really good time. Yeah, but I think you're right. Like they just
the thing about camp is you're going to be in areas where you would never normally go as a tourist. So it's like a really
Homestay.
cool opportunity to explore a different part of
Yeah.
America, like the proper American
proper America. Yeah,
experience.
like because you
like
just
literally
get
just
like
going to Walmart, like doing
yeah,
the...
love Walmart. Well,
like,
do
just-
I? Don't know.
No, I like Target better.
Target's nicer. Yeah,
It's so much nicer. It's like the upper class Walmart.
yeah, it's really nice.
But yeah, no, so that's days off.
Yeah, like days off are really interesting because there's so much to say about them. There's also not really because it's all camp
it's-
specific, isn't
Yeah,
it? Like
it's so this is so camp specific.
day
Some
off at
people like
camp and,
Dorney
like,
Park. Some people
lots of people
drown
like
in
Dorney Park.
waterfalls. Like it's
Yeah.
like everyone's experience of days off is different. So
Yeah.
this is just like our experience. And we're not experts. We're just people that have been to camp.
Just people who've been to camp. Yeah, exactly. Zoe, do you have any like, if you were to say to someone who's never been to camp before, which I don't think a lot of these people have that are listening,
Yeah.
have you got any like tips or like things you would advise for a day off?
Okay, let me think. Yeah, I would say so. One thing I think people always ask about is money
Yeah.
on days
yeah.
off, like
Yes.
spending money. What should you spend? How you spend? Like all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
I think people forget little things like in America they don't have Apple Pay necessarily. Things like that.
They do.
They don't. Not everywhere.
Not in Wisconsin, but they do everywhere
No,
else.
it's a new thing. It's late.
No, they all have
Contactless
Apple
is
Pay.
very new to America. So when you pay at most places, they still they don't have contactless
Yeah,
yet.
that's what I say.
People forget that they add tax on when you go
Yes, they do, yeah.
to the shops.
That is the most frustrating thing in the world.
Yeah, so when you go to the shops, basically in America, they don't add the tax on. So when you see the price,
It'd be $5.50.
that's not the price you're going to
yeah.
pay at the till. So I always get caught out on days off because I end
Yeah.
up spending too much money. And another one is days off is when you go out for meals, you have to tip.
Yes, you do.
So
yeah.
you need to remember to pay. You're going to pay more money.
Yeah, so it'd be like X amount, and you'd be like X amount plus 10% or whatever it is, 20% the tip. I don't even remember
Yeah.
what the tipping is.
Tip. It's like
20
20.
25?
Isn't it like
I don't know.
17 something?
It's something, but just give them the
It's-
tip,
I
basically,
think
because that's how they
someone-
make their money.
Someone once told me, I'm pretty sure whatever the tax is, that's what you tip.
Oh, okay, yeah, that
So
makes
it'd be
sense.
like tax would be like
17%
15%,
or whatever it is. Yeah,
17%.
okay,
That's
yeah.
how much you tip in a restaurant.
I don't know. I've never worked out. I
That
just
seems
left
like it would make sense.
a round number of notes.
I normally just do 20%.
Yeah. No, I think money's a really interesting one because I don't spend that much money on days off.
No, but
Like,
if they're organised, you wouldn't.
Well, if they're organised, yeah. So you have to pay like you don't have to because obviously you don't have to go on them. But like you pay like $20, $10 for
Yeah.
the trip, and then when you get there, you don't really need anything. Like you buy something to eat, or like
Yeah.
buy like a quick snack or whatever it is. And like obviously, like some days off, you might go to like a city or like a mall or something like that, where you'll be able to buy
It's
like
the shopping.
stuff,
I
yeah.
spend so much money on clothes shopping on my days
See,
off
I
in
don't.
America.
I bought I bought one North Face hoodie, and
Yeah.
that's all I've bought at camp.
So cool.
And I've been to a thrift shop. Thrift shops, they're brilliant. Shut up.
I bought one North Face
No,
hoodie.
that's all I've bought, like at a mall.
I love thrifting in America.
Yeah, that's
you
the
know, like
best.
all the American apparel stuff that's really expensive over here. When you're over there, so my favorite is Savers, and it's like
Oh, yeah,
a
you said
massive,
that.
like it's
Salvation Army, I love that one.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
just like massive warehouses of like thrifting
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and it's so fun. And you get all the like jerseys and the sports
The sports
jerseys,
stuff, yeah.
and those like college like crew neck
The crew neck
sweatshirts,
college
and they'll be
jumpers
like
are sick,
$1,
yeah.
and over here they're like £30.
£30, yeah. And especially if you go on like certain apps where they
Yeah.
charge you a fortune. Like I'm wearing like this.
Tell them
Over
what,
there,
do an outfit of the day. What are you
So I'm
wearing?
wearing a hat on my head. I'm wearing a Gap zip through hoodie, which I didn't buy in America, I'll be honest. But I was gonna.
I bought my Gap jumper in America.
I was gonna pretend that I did, but I didn't.
You didn't.
But it was
no.
like this was like 15 quid
From, like,
But over
Depop.
there from Vinted actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I love
But
Vinted.
over there, it'd have been like $5. How much was yours?
Mine,
Yeah.
it was like literally dollars, and then I went.
It was
so
dollars.
it was like
It was
less
dollars.
than $10.
Yeah.
It was literally.
No wait. Well, this was literally
No,
pounds.
this is a good
So
story.
crazy.
No, my Gap jumper was literally less. So I don't know if anyone knows, but there's like a brown Gap jumper that everybody wants.
Yeah.
And I honestly paid less than $10 for it in like a shop, in a thrift shop.
Yeah.
Came home, went on Depop, and they're selling for over £100.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's insane.
So wait and get all your American apparel
Yeah,
in
honestly,
America in
yeah.
the thrift shops.
That's
They're
good.
the best.
That's some nice
We're really
advice.
going off on a tangent.
Money.
We've now become a
Take-
shopping channel.
Take some cash, I think, as well.
Take cash is good to have.
Cash is good.
For tipping as
yeah,
well.
Only
Cash is good to
$200
have.
if you can get it, but like get some cash out because it doesn't really. You don't need to have cash, but it is good
It's
for
really
tipping.
helpful to have cash.
And like, it's
or
like,
if like someone pays for something
yeah,
for you, you can be like,
just give
here's
them
the cash.
Yeah.
Talking about clothes.
Oh yeah, that was. I was gonna say yeah.
What do you wear on your days off?
Pretty much the same as what I wear to camp.
What do
like,
you wear at camp?
Like shorts and a t-shirt and a pair of old shoes. Like
Yeah.
I don't really wear anything different. Like obviously plan for the activity that you're doing. If you're doing an activity, like look at the weather too. So if it's gonna rain,
Yeah.
you might want to bring a raincoat.
I
Like,
think the thing that I do differently on my days off
Go
is
on.
I might put a pair of denim shorts on.
Oh,
So I dress it up a
crazy.
bit. So
Yeah,
like at
no, I know what
camp,
you mean,
you're
yeah.
more in like jersey shorts and sports shorts,
Sports
but I
shorts,
always
yeah.
will have like a pair of denim shorts that I'll throw on for my day off.
They're like a bit nicer shorts,
Yeah.
aren't they? Yeah.
And do you
no,
know
I
what-
know what you mean. Like we wear staff t-shirts, so it's like a nice day to not wear a staff
t-shirt,
Yeah.
but you're not dressing up. You're just
No.
still pretty casual.
Yeah, and it's like on the evenings off, like I'll wear long trousers because it gets cold, and that'll be like
just
the
throw
only
on like a
difference.
flannel
like,
shirt. Or
yeah, like bring a jumper. Like
yeah.
that's kind
And,
of
like,
it. Yeah. What do
The
you?
other thing I would say is like makeup and stuff. I know
Okay, yeah, go
you
on.
obviously wear so much makeup.
Yeah, I love
he's
makeup.
got a full face on right
Yeah,
now.
on my hats. Under my hats.
Is like one mistake I made my first year was I took my full makeup bag and it took up so much room.
Mm.
And you do not need to do that at all. Like honestly, on your days off, you're only going to be putting on a bit of mascara, like a bit. You're still going to be barely wearing any, and like nobody else is, so you won't.
Yeah.
Look left out. Like on
Yeah.
camp, you're not going to be wearing makeup all the time,
No, I
and
know
on your
what you
days
mean,
off,
yeah.
you probably won't be either.
No,
So
yeah.
I'd leave your big makeup bag at home. You're not
Yeah,
going to
sure.
probably need it
No, that sounds like
because it
nice.
takes up so much room, and you can
They're
always
quite big,
grab
aren't they,
stuff at
makeup
Walmart.
bags? Well, yeah, that's the thing as well. You can buy them.
Yeah.
It might not be the same.
Because I
brands,
took
but-
so much like beauty products, like I had my hair dryer, my hair straighteners for my days off, and I never used
them.
any of
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and nobody is, so you're not
No.
going to be like the only person that isn't.
No, I think another thing about days off as well is make the most of them. Like,
oh yeah, make the most.
you
of
will
the
be
days off.
tired, but these are the times where you don't have to look after any kids. It's just you and your friends, like your counsellor mates. Like, just enjoy the time together. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you've got all the opportunity to just do whatever it is
yeah.
that you're planning on doing.
You're never going to have this opportunity again at the end
Yeah.
of the day, and it's like make every single day count. Like I
Just
wish I
do
could go
it.
back to my first summer at camp and be like, Zoe, just say yes and go do that stupid
yeah,
thing. Like
yeah. I think like especially for like if you've got organised days off and all your mates are going, you might as well just go. Like even
Yeah.
if it's like something you don't want to do, just go. Don't sit around camp because like I know you want to rest and recuperate, but like
recuperate.
that's a good word, isn't it?
Was good.
But like obviously everyone is different, but this is just personal advice. I think if you sit around at camp, you kind of get that almost like that pining to leave. Like I think you just get
Yeah.
bored of being there.
And I think, do you know what else happens with days off? I think sometimes when people get a bit homesick at camp, they kind of go into themselves
Yeah,
a bit.
definitely, yeah.
And that's when people are like, oh, I'd rather
just
stay at camp. I don't
yeah.
really want to get involved. But then it's like, you're just kind of almost making it worse because you're sticking in that camp bubble.
Yeah, it's-
And the days
yeah.
off are really good days to like get out of
and
the camp
bond
bubble.
and just like forget about anything that's going on. Like
yeah.
and it's
And get
it's
back
also
to
like,
the real
I was
world.
gonna say yeah, it's your chance to go and be in a city or like
And
you
see
get to use
other
your
people.
phone and like you can chat to your mum if you want to or your dad or whoever. Like
yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like you can talk to people back home at this point. Like
It's like do whatever you need to
wanna
do
yeah.
to like get yourself back
Back
to that
to that,
place where
yeah.
you can go back to the campus the next day and be 100% again.
well, I think that's the thing with days off as well. Is there for you to clear your mind, clear your brain, almost reset for the week because
and
they're
it's
weekly.
so important to do that away from camp.
Exactly,
I
I
think.
agree. No, because it's like any issues you have on camp will still not be there, but you'll be in the same places where you're having troubles or like where you're, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's so easy
So
to
I
get
think-
into like a hole of like in the camp bubble.
yeah,
and, like,
100%. I think it's just
Yeah.
the best thing you can do is just break out of that and like go and see something or go and do something, get on a bus and go somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
be with your friends, be with like other counsellors, like chat, like
it's a good chance
blah,
to
blah,
speak to
like-
people who aren't necessarily people you speak to at camp.
yeah, exactly. That's so
Because
oh,
they
I
might
didn't
be
think
people
about that,
who
yeah.
aren't in your cabin, or they're not in your age group, or they're from the boys' side of camp.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say like that's where you get to talk to like the other people on camp because it's like not just people from your age group; it's
Yeah.
people from bottom to top of camp.
Mhm.
So like everyone, or not everyone, obviously, but like half the staff in our camp are off, and the other half
Yeah.
are on, and then it swaps. And it's like it's a really nice chance for like you to bond with those people that
Definitely.
you never really speak to before.
Yeah, some of my best friends I made on days
Yeah,
off.
no, me too. Yeah,
Because then you have those funny stories that you'll go back, like literally me drowning in the waterfall was
Yeah.
what helped me bond with all those people.
That's
I'm
exactly
sure
it,
those
yeah.
people in that car for 10 hours when they drove to
Yeah.
the big heads
the big
are
heads.
probably like best friends now
I
because
can
they
imagine,
spent
'cause
all
they
that
spent
time together.
yeah. I think as well, it's have as much fun as you can, but like not to be like the serious one, but you've got to remember the rules. Like
The rules.
like
yeah.
there are rules at camp.
like curfews, a big one,
Curfews
days
and, like,
off.
Obviously, the drinking age over there is 21. Camp are usually most of the time, very strict on that for a reason.
Yeah,
'cause
it's
you're
there.
looking
It's
after
there, to,
kids.
it's there to protect you, to protect the kids, to ensure you're like in the best possible state for work the
you've
next
got to
day.
remember you're like responsible for someone else's kids.
Yeah.
So if you're coming back and you're really drunk, no matter who you are, like you're not in a responsible state. So I think
Yeah.
it's really important to just
and you're
like
going back to like a literal cabin of
yeah.
kids.
I think the best thing,
Even on your day off, you
I
go
think
back.
the best piece of advice that I've ever been given / will give
Yeah.
is to just save it.
What?
Because
So after
save
camp.
drinking and save all that kind of stuff. Because you're coming back to the UK, you'll be able to go out for a drink with your friends at the pub and like whatever. Like even after camp, like be able to have a drink and this, that, the other. And I think
But it's like that's not what camp's
that's
about.
not what camp's about exactly. Like yeah,
It's
there's a
about
bar,
so much
like
more.
there's a bar that the over 21s can go to, but like
But that's not like
it's not
what
why you're there.
about.
You're there to
Yeah.
like have fun experiences on camp and like look after the kids and like on your days off, you're there to go and see other things. You're
Yeah.
not there to just go and drink because that's what we do over here. Like not
Yeah.
everyone obviously, but like
This is like your chance to do something different.
exactly. And it's like if you're at uni, like this is just a massive stereotype, but like a lot of people go out clubbing like 2 or 3 times a week and like go and get really like drunk and stuff like that. But like camp isn't that. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, no, I do know what you mean. Like camp's a chance to like
obviously do what you want to do,
do
but like
something different.
remember
and,
the
like,
rules.
Yeah, no, I'd like not to like beat myself up, but I can speak
Yeah,
from like
exactly,
personal
yeah.
experience. Like at camp, I have stayed out past curfew before, and like it's not fun. Like it's not fun coming back to camp and having to go to breakfast the next morning and having all these kids
Yeah.
screaming and shouting, and you're feeling tired because you went to bed at 1 a.m.
1 a.m.
instead of
whatever
time
curfew
you were
is, yeah.
supposed to be in
Yeah.
bed. Like it's not fun, and like I really learned the hard way that the rules are there for a reason. And you
Yeah.
know what, I didn't do it again
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I thought I want to go to sleep because I'm gonna have such a better day the next day.
To be honest with you as well, you're just exhausted
You're just
from the
so
day off as well. Like the
exhausted.
days off are tiring. Like you
Yeah.
don't want to be up till past curfew and doing this and doing that. So like, I think yeah, just have as much fun as you can, but also remember like the rules.
Yeah,
But
no.
I hate being
You're
like
really
boring
like
one,
having to go everyone here. You're like,
I don't know why I am, but I guess
yeah,
it's
don't
like-
know why you've
But
really
just
gone on
remember
a
it.
whole journey here through this
Yeah,
podcast.
this podcast has been.
We're not really
I-
sure where this one's gone.
It's been weird today. I think it's because I've had that coffee. Like I had it just before,
Oh.
and I'm crashing now.
We've
so I'm
kind
like,
of come straight from lunch for this.
yeah, we
podcast.
have, yeah. But yeah, so I think
Sorry, we've gone off on a tangent again. What's everyone
Overall-
having for dinner?
yeah, well, I don't know yet. I haven't planned that.
Yeah, I haven't planned either.
Which is what I hate about living on my own. At camp, everything's like planned for you.
So good.
go
That's
there-
another podcast
Yeah,
though.
that's
meals.
a podcast itself.
Oh,
Dinners at camp.
I love the
breakfast at camp.
structure of camp. I
Yeah, me
love
too.
that my food is put on the table for me every day.
Yeah,
If you've got any stories, any camp story,
yeah.
really,
Like we say every week, it doesn't have to be about the podcast. It could just be
Literally
like,
anything. We
'cause
love reading your
we love hearing
stories.
people's stories.
so just email us at podcast@campamerica.co.uk.
Yeah, and we'll have a read through them.
Yeah,
and
maybe you
hopefully-
could be on the next
Maybe
podcast.
you'll be featured in next week's episode, which is going to be about Don't know. We haven't planned that yet.
It'll
work
be
it
a
out
surprise.
later. Well, as usual, thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Hopefully you enjoyed us waffling because there was a lot about today.
There was a lot of waffle, but no, it is fun.
Yeah, we have a good time, don't we?
We always have a good
I
time.
won't. Next time, I'm not going to drink your coffee.
No, I don't think
I
you
really
should.
am crashing.
Maybe if
that
you wear
one.
your cat forwards as well, that might
Yeah,
help.
I think that's probably what it is. I think my hat is so
You-
tight, it's
it's
squeezing my
squeezing
head.
your brain.
Oh God. Yeah, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
See you next week,
Yeah.
I guess.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.